Hello, friend. Thanks for joining me for another book chat. Today, let's spend some time with Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. This work of science fiction was originally published in 2021. I listened to an audio edition of this that was narrated by Ray Porter, and I can highly recommend this audio edition. It was so very entertaining. This is the first of the books by Andy Weir that I've read. He also wrote The Martian, which was adapted into a movie. And so I will have that coming up because I enjoyed his writing so very much. Now, here's the thing, though, about Project Hail Mary. If you've not read it and you have, it's going to be adapted into a movie, and it's going to star Ryan Gosling is going to be in it. They've released the trailer. The trailer has spoilers. So if you want to read this book, don't watch the trailer, number one. Number two, read the book before the movie comes out. The movie's coming out in March of 2026, and the book is going to be a different experience than the movie because the way the book unfolds, they won't be able to do that. They've already not done that in the trailer. So just be aware of that. We're going to talk a little bit about that. I'm not going to go into the plot too much, though. I'm not going to deviate from anything that's not in the Amazon description. So the Amazon description of the book is pretty generic, and the way the story unfolds, we do have this our main character who wakes up on a small spaceship. It is in a near future, though, so it's in a near future from a near future Earth he's from. So it's definitely the Earth we recognize with the technology that we have more or less now. But finds himself in light years away from Earth, and he is alone because his crewmates are dead. So but he doesn't have any memory. So he's has to piece together. So this is what the reader goes on this journey of trying to figure out where he is, why he's there, number one. The Amazon description does describe that there is a very kind of catastrophic event coming up for Earth if there's not an intervention. And so it sets the stakes up in that sense. But what that is and what is expected of this character, we come to realize as he does, as his memories slowly return. We come to understand even why he doesn't have any memories, which is really interesting. Through flashbacks, he'll remember things about why, his mission. So yeah, I'm not going to say too much else about what happens in the book, mainly for the reason that I described. It would distract from your experience, because when I read the book, I knew nothing at all about it, and so I'm waking up along with the main character. Now, if you go and watch the trailer, which is readily available, it is going to give you the backstory. It's going to tell you in the trailer, it's going to tell you what the problem with Earth is, why he's going on this mission, and other things about the book it's more fun to find out as he does. Okay. But you're fast losing your window of time before it's going to be such wide knowledge that it'll be impossible to read this book the same way again in the future, before very much longer. Why I liked this book so much. So there are three really things that caused me, I think, to enjoy this book. I've reflected on it a bit. Well, number one is the optimism of the book. So this is a very optimistic view. So our main character, Ryland Grace, is not a perfect person, but he's not, he's just trying to do the best he can on a day-to-day basis, and he fails. But it's that sense of, okay, I failed. Now I need to get up and I need to try again. That sort of optimistic view we don't get all the time anymore in science fiction or anything else, really, because there's a lot of times the narratives are driven by characters who are burdened with some sort of trauma or some sort of demons from their past that they're grappling with. And, I think Ryland Grace is a complicated enough character in this book that we understand that he does have a past, but it's not really impacting his present very much. It's a very optimistic view of doing the best you can every day and doing the right thing. So, choosing to do the right thing is a choice that humans can make. And in this book, the human in question is a really, really good guy. So that is just, it was just such a refreshing take on this sort of dilemma and this sort of challenge that the character faced that I found it just very refreshing. The second thing is this is a problem solving science type of science fiction. So if you saw the movie The Martian by Andy Weir, or not by Andy Weir, but the movie version of the book The Martian by Andy Weir, it's also sort of a problem solving kind of science fiction. This one is like that in that there's a series of problems that need to be overcome. And whether or not they're surmountable or not, is part of the tension. Fixable. So yeah, that problem solving though, I didn't find I'm not that type of person so much that I don't necessarily. I think that's a kind of an engineering kind of mind, like here's a problem I need to solve. And, and it can be entertaining. It can also get really old. To me, it never really felt old. It felt very immediate. I was swept along with the character. I'm glad he's way smarter than me. I wouldn't have been able to really get to square one with some of the problem with basically all the problems that he faces. Number three is ultimately, I think the book is about friendship. There is an extremely cool friendship in this book that develops that the reader, observe. And I don't want to talk about it too much, but the friendship is so unique. And it's just how two different beings can just become, bond and, do and care about each other across many, many differences and form a friendship that is just the very definition of friendship. I just thought it was so beautifully done. It was just there were parts of that friendship that are just extremely touching, and it's yet another one of those things we don't see all that often in this portrayed this way in modern day culture or in science fiction. So it was to me, it was very refreshing. Okay, I am so looking forward to the movie. I think the casting, after reading the book, I think the casting of Ryan Gosling, I think he's going to do a great job. I've also seen the trailer. As I warned you, though, if you haven't read the book and you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch the trailer yet. Read the book and then watch the trailer. So I can't wait for the movie. It does look from the trailer like it's going to follow the book pretty closely, and it should be a great time. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, I think I'll leave this chat here. I definitely give this one 2 thumbs up. If you're into this type of science fiction, definitely check it out and check out the audio if you really want to be entertained for a few hours. So until next time, take care. Bye.